God hath fulfilled the same unto us our children, and that he hath raised up Jesus again, as it is written in the second Psalm, Thou art my son, and this day I have begotten thee. And as concerning that he raised him up from the dead, now no more to return to corruption, he said on the wise, I give you the sure mercies of David. Wherefore he saith also in another psalm, Thou shalt not suffer thine Holy One to see corruption. For David, after he had served his own generation by the will of God, fell on sleep, and was laid unto his fathers, and saw corruption. But he, whom God raised again, saw no corruption. Be it known unto you, therefore, men and brethren, that through this man is preached unto you the forgiveness of sins, and by him all that believe are justified from all things, from which ye could not be justified by the law of Moses. Beware therefore lest that come upon you, which is spoken of in the prophets. Behold, ye despisers, and wonder, and perish for I work a work in your days, a work which ye shall in no wise believe. So a man declared unto you. And when the Jews were gone out of the synagogue, and the Gentiles besought that these words might be preached to them the next Sabbath. Now when the congregation was broken up, many of the Jews and religious proselytes followed Paul and Barnabas, who, speaking to them, persuaded them to continue in the grace of God. And the next Sabbath day came also the whole city together to hear the word of God. But when the Jews saw the multitudes, they were filled with envy, and spake against those things which were spoken by Paul, contradicting and blaspheming. And then Paul and Barnabas waxed old, and said, It was necessary that the word of God should first have been spoken to you, that seeing that you put it from you, and judge yourselves unworthy of everlasting life, lo, we return to the Gentiles. For so hath the Lord commanded us, saying, I have set thee to be a light of the Gentiles, that thou shouldest be for salvation unto the ends of the earth. And when the Gentiles heard this, they were glad and glorified the word of the Lord, and thus came many of the ordained to eternal life who believed. And the word of the Lord was published throughout all the region. But the Jews stirred up the devout and honorable woman, and the chief men of the city, and raised persecution against Paul and Barnabas, and expelled them out of their coast, but they shook off the dust of their feet against them, and came to Iconium. And the disciples were filled with joy and with the Holy Ghost. Chapter 14. They came to pass in Iconium, that they went both together at the synagogue of the Jews, and so spake that a great multitude both of the Jews and also the Greeks believed. But the unbelieving Jews stirred up the Gentiles, and made their minds evil, afflicted against the brethren. A long time before abode they, speaking boldly in the Lord, which gave testimony unto the word of his grace, granting signs and wonders to be done by their hands. But the multitude of the city was divided, and part held with the Jews, and part with the apostles. And when there was an assault made both of the Gentiles and also the Jews with the rulers, to use them despitefully and to stone them, they were aware of it, and fled to Lystra and Derbe, city of Lycaonia, and unto the region of the life round about.